Everyone's familiar with the famous Walt Disney. We grew up with his movies as kids, and we were raised with all the characters: Snow White, Pinocchio, Dumbo. And he was one of the most important figures in the 20th century as far as entertainment. Uh, he was born December 5th, 1901. He had four older brothers. One of his brothers went to the army, and when he was 16, he dropped out of school and he wanted to follow in his brother's footsteps, but he was too young, so he ended up working for the American Red Cross in France for a couple of years, driving an ambulance. Naturally, he's a family man. He has a wife and two daughters, and one of his daughters was actually adopted. He has always been a creator. He grew up doing sketches and cartoons, and he loved people, and that's what drove him to be in the entertainment industry, because he wanted to make people happy. And he said, "You can always design and create and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it takes people to make the dream a reality," which is true. You have to have people to make things happen. And he pretty much based his whole career on the concept of the inner child. And he believes that we all have our inner child, and that's what he wanted to connect to through his creations, through his animations. And he began his company with his brother Roy, and it started with the mouse, the famous Mickey Mouse, but he actually named it Mortimer Mouse first, and they said that was a little too morbid, so he had to change it. And the first character that Mickey Mouse took on was Steamboat Willie, aired November 18th, 1928, and Walt Disney actually did the voice for Steamboat Willie, and it was the first voice ever recorded with animation. He also started the Technicolor and pretty much set the base up for all of the animation that we have today. So he also was an important part of that time, because it was the Depression, and when America was coming into World War II, nobody had money for entertainment, nobody really cared to spend money, and so he wasn't getting what he was supposed to for all the work he was putting in. But he was dedicated to giving everyone hope and giving them something to escape the hard times of our country. And he just killed everybody with his charms, and he's still famous today for everything he's done. And he had a formula to life, and it was dream, diversify, and never miss an angle.